Good afternoon, everyone. Allison Scarborough here with Consolidated Planning Group. We are excited that you have joined us today. This is a special webinar. We've actually not done this one before, so we're really excited about this. Consolidated Planning Group is a holistic special needs planning firm. We do webinars all the time regarding topics surrounding special needs and special needs planning. We have a YouTube channel out there and the Consolidated Planning Group YouTube channel where all our past webinars live out there. I think there's over 250 webinars out there on topics that might be of interest to you. All things, waivers, SSI, guardianship, special needs trust, residential options. There's so many out there. So you can really look at that and for the step that you are in your planning phase and check out some great content out there. So let me just give you a few housekeeping items today. So this is kind of a different format than we normally do. I equate our format today as a speed dating, right? And our topic today is summer camps for individuals with disabilities. And we have presenters from various camps all across the state of Texas that are going to share with you the who, what, where, when, why, how much about their camp and provide a little bit of details. All of our presenters are going to have about 4 minutes to talk about their camp, and then we're going to go on to the next presenter. We have a few presenters that couldn't be here today, so you get me for that to go over their slides. Sorry about that, but their contact information is there, so you'll be able to reach out to them directly. In case you're wondering, we are in webinar mode today, so all of the participants that have signed up for today, we can't see you or hear you, but we know you're there. Because we have so many people signed up for today's webinar, we're not going to be able to take all of the questions. We're not going to read the questions out loud like we normally do throughout the presentation, but we do ask that you put your questions in the chat box, and each presenter for their camp will be able to answer your questions directly. So when it's not their 4 minutes of speaking, they'll be monitoring that chat box and answering your questions there. Today's webinar is being recorded, and everyone who has signed up is going to get a copy of today's slides and the recording, so you don't have to write down every bit of information that you're hearing today. So having said that, we'll just go ahead and get right started. So we're going to be, again, talking about the summer camp opportunities available to families with special needs. The camps that are here today are in the state of Texas. So we may have some people that are joining us from out of state, so I always just want to mention that. So I understand that the first three slides today, the presenters are not here. So the first one is ADEPT. This is adaptive dance. The cost varies, but an average of $40 an hour. It's day only. It's not overnight. And the age of the campers is from 2 to 18. And all diagnoses are welcome, as well as siblings and friends for ADEPT. So again, on these slides, you'll have their contact information to reach out to them directly. So then we have Shady Oak Primary. Brandy Rawls is the contact information for this. There is no financial aid available for this. The price ranges from $249 to $269 for 4 to 5 day camps, or $997 for the 3-week camp. These are day camps. They are not a sleepover camp. The age of the campers are from first grade and up. The Summer Success Summit is a 3-week camp, and it is the only one that is third grade and up. So, and they do also accept any diagnosis as well. And for the Shady Oak Primary, this is in Fort Bend County. I believe it's a Richmond address. It's just outside of Sugarland is where the Shady Oak Primary is. Okay. Then I actually just learned about this camp this past weekend. I was at a special needs resource fair, and I just learned about this one, and this is kind of exciting. So the A&M camp, it's called Waco, and it's not in Waco. It's at A&M. Shelby Davenport couldn't be here today. She had an emergency, but she is going to be the contact for this camp. So this is a work and college opportunities camp. It is at Texas A&M. It's a 6-week program held in the summer, June and July, for adults with disabilities. So we're talking 18 and up here. They have a connection with TWC, the Texas Workforce Commission, and VR. So some of your children might be in vocational rehab. So there are scholarships available. It's possible that vocational rehab, if it's in line with the employment plan, that this could be something that could be covered by VR. So you want to talk to your counselor about that. So the cool thing about this, I actually have a flyer about this. First of all, there's 40 young adults will be selected. Okay, so there's 40 spots. It's not an unlimited enrollment. It is a 6-week sleepover camp. But this is really trying to build some of those skills for our adults with disabilities. They are really looking at, they're going to have instruction on professionalism, self-determination, self-advocacy, teamwork, assistive technology, as well as independent living skills. And they're also going to be connected to an employment and what does it look like if we go to college? These guys will also get to work while they're there 10 to 20 hours a week while they're developing vocational skills and career exploration. And the transportation, they're going to have job coaches, and they're also going to have transportation provided by Brazos Valley Center for Independent Living. So you're going to, if this is something that is exciting to you, we've got kids that maybe have gone into a transition program. They're coming out of it. They think they want to go to college. Maybe you think they're not ready yet. This is a great balance of all of those things, is independent living skills and higher education. So the cost on this is $11,700, not a small ticket, but again, VR might be able to help with that if your child is in VR. And this is 18 plus. And so really they need to be able to self-medicate. So in this example, they need to be able to take their own meds. So if we have a child or student that might not be able to handle their own meds, this might not be a good fit. But reach out to Shelby directly to find out more information on this particular camp. Okay, Laura, thank you for being here with us. I should have said that in the beginning. I would like to thank every one of our presenters today for being here with us today, because this is cool. I mean, it's everybody coming together for the greater good of our community to just share some of those opportunities. So I appreciate you guys taking your lunch hour with us today. Laura, tell us all about Beloved and Beyond.
Thank you, Allison. My name is Laura Elder, and my husband and I are the directors, founders of Beloved and Beyond. It is a camp, obviously, for all our beautiful people with special needs and age 7 and up. It's an overnight camp, and we are located in Rosebud, Texas, which is about an hour outside of College Station, about 45 minutes from Waco, Temple, a couple hours from Houston. And so we take all abilities. And campers will show up on a Tuesday at 3:00 and leave on Saturday after closing ceremonies at around 2:00. Every camper gets the privilege of having their own buddy. It's 1-to-1. And all these amazing volunteers come from all over, kind of a mission trip. And it's actually equally life-changing for the buddies as it is the campers. We think our beautiful campers are here to change lives, and they're part of this amazing journey. We take all abilities. We have an amazing medical team that comes every single week. We have 2 at least medical professionals along with nursing students that helps with all the medical needs. If there's the need of special diets, we have special diet cooks that take care of all those needs. Another really cool thing, because a lot of families wonder, okay, what if I have a neurotypical sibling and they want to come to camp? Well, we have sibling camp. Age 7 to 12-year-olds can go to camp alongside their special brothers and sisters. And then when they turn 13, they get to start volunteering. So reality is they can go to camp the rest of their lives together, because we have 3 adult weeks and 18 and up. And we also have the coolest program. it just got me excited about the Waco thing that you were just talking about. But we have this program called the Beyond Team. So our camp is called Beloved and Beyond, and the Beyond is for our campers that have a desire to serve, and they have a desire to serve the place they have been served. So they can continue to be campers another week, but we have 3 2-week sessions. They come and they're the waiters, they're the waitresses, they get to run the camp store, they do clean his cabin, they welcome, they create products. So they get to be kind of like summer staff, but it's like a 2-week work crew. It's amazing. So what do you do at camp? Well, we have all the things that any typical camp would have. They get to do the zip line, they get to ride horses, they get to swim in an amazing swimming pool and have fun parties and dress up and have worship every night and learn about Jesus. We are a Christian camp, and we want them to know that they were created in God's image and that they are exactly who God created them to be. So just disclaimer, that is a big part of our why. I think we get it. My husband and I have 2 kids with special needs, a son with Down syndrome and a daughter with kind of a rare genetic disorder. So we get the fear. We get the hard. It is a magical place that I think I would love all these brave mommies to consider trusting us, because one of our big things is we want parents to have respite. So,
Laura, I want everybody, all of the presenters, to mention whether, because you just mentioned the word respite, whether HCS respite is covered there. So mention that. And I would like all of our presenters to mention if there are any scholarships available for the indigent or anything like that. If you could just mention that before we go on to our next presenter.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So yeah, you can see on the slide, it's $1,110. There are scholarships available. There's a scholarship application in your application, and you're wondering, how do you apply? You would just go to belovedandbeyond.org, go to campers, create this amazing application, because we ask lots and lots of questions because we want to know your child really well and we want to love them really well. So the biggest scholarships would be coming from us, because we're we are 3CA, we are not ACA, which may not mean anything to families, but the scholarships would come from outside sources or within Beloved and Beyond. So thank you.
Thank you, Laura, for being with us today and sharing. Laura, I just invite you to go.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I just go to the chat box and monitor that, because there's some questions out there for you on that. So thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
Allison. Thank you.
Okay. All right. We've got Camp Blessing.
All right. Welcome. My name is Greg Anderson with Camp Blessing. We are also a Christian camp for all of our special friends. We are located in Brenham, Texas, about an hour and 15 minutes outside of Houston, hour and a half from Austin, 2 hours, 45 minutes from the Dallas area. We offer somewhat of a similar program that Beloved and Beyond has. Our campers are age 7 to 70. We have 10 weeks. We are ACA accredited. So all of those HCS respite dollars, you can use those if you have respite dollars in your as part of your waiver program. So anyway, we are an overnight camp. Cost is $16.95. We do have scholarships available. We accept any physical or intellectual disability. We welcome you. We do as well have a very thorough and complete application process. And we ask lots of questions because we want your camper to be known. When they show up, we are expecting them. And so we want to make sure that we have anything and everything, all the little tips and tricks from mom and dad or caregiver for how best we can care for your camper for your son or daughter when they come to camp. All of our campers as well will have a one-on-one buddy from the time that they get here to the time that they leave. That buddy will be their best friend, and both of their lives will be transformed as well. So again, we are a Christian camp. Christ is at the center of what we do, why we exist. And so again, we have lots of different opportunities, 10 weeks this summer, starting May 29th and ending August 5th. So again, excited about this opportunity. Cannot wait to see, I hope as many people as would love to come, we would love to accommodate you. So, and yes, I saw
Greg,
on the chat box, can we sign up for multiple weeks? Yes, you can.
Yes.
So if you'd like to sign up for those, you can do that through our website, campblessing.org. You can see that on the slide, or you can reach out to Rachel at the phone number or email there, and she can help you with all of that registration process.
I just had a quick question for you, Greg. Thanks for providing all this information. Any physical or intellectual disability? On some of the physical disabilities, some of our kids have equipment, they have a trach, they have other things going on, they might have a G-tube. Are you guys equipped to handle more complex care kids at your camp?
Absolutely. We'll take anyone from high functioning autism spectrum to medically fragile and everything in between. So if they have a trach, a CPAP, oxygen machine, feeding tube, all that G-tube, whatever, we can accommodate those. We do have trained medical personnel that are on site all the time. And so we'll be able to accommodate that. Any special diets, we can accommodate those as well. So we're fully set up to handle all of the above.
Thank you. And then there's some questions in the chat box about MDCP waiver, and so just check that out as well.
Yes, any class, MDPC or MDCP, Texas Home Living, HCS, all of those waiver programs. If you have respite dollars in your budget, out of home respite, then it should qualify.
That's exciting. That's one way to defray some of the costs. So that's pretty exciting for those that have waivers. Okay. Well, thank you, Greg, so much for taking the time to be with us, and just check that chat box. Okay. We have the Children's Association. So welcome.
Thank you. Get my wording here. My name is Amanda Meggs. I'm the Director of Family Support with Children's Association for Maximum Potential, better known as Camp Camp. We are located in Center Point, Texas, on 55 beautiful acres along the Guadalupe River, and have been serving individuals with disabilities since 1979. We are accredited by the American Camp Association as well. Camp strives to provide a 1-to-1 camper to counselor ratio, which many of our families really appreciate. And we serve individuals with moderate to severe disabilities, as well as those with complex and or fragile medical needs, or who are medically fragile. We're able to do this through the support of our incredible healthcare volunteers who are medical professionals, such as physicians, nurses, nursing students, OT, PT. They're all on site during each session. We offer 9 overnight sessions during the summer. We do offer programming year round, but we're focusing on summer camp for this session. And this will be our first summer since COVID that we're back to full capacity, which we are really thrilled about. Our sessions are organized by age and sometimes diagnosis. For example, we have 2 autism sessions. Individuals on the spectrum don't have to attend an autism session, but those sessions are designed with them in mind, and that they're faster paced, are mindful about transitions, communicating the schedule, etc. Conversely, for individuals with complex medical conditions who may have tracheostomies, all of the things we were just talking about, CPAPs, G-tubes, etc., a medical session would be the most appropriate fit, although we have many campers who do have G-tubes that come to a general session. Most sessions are also open to individuals without siblings, without a diagnosis, ages 5 to 13. They, like I believe Camp Blessing, also age out they can age out at 13 and return as volunteers if they like. We have a leadership and training program. Our paid staff and volunteers are, well, volunteers are 15 plus, paid staff are primarily high school and college age individuals, and everyone who is over 18 has been background checked. Volunteers are able to serve or earn service hours, and many choose a career in this field because of their experience at camp. The full cost of a session is $1,800. We offer a scholarship tier, which is a sliding scale, and adjust the cost of camp according to household income. Campers are also able to use respite through Class DMDB, Texas On Living, HCS, and StarKids MDCP. It's really important to us that cost is never a barrier to attendance and that everyone who wants to come to camp can. Therefore, we do have additional financial assistance available if where you land on the tier isn't comfortable for your family or if it would be a financial stressor. As others have mentioned, we offer all the same classic camping activities that come to mind when you think of camp. They're simply adapted to meet the abilities and needs of each camper. We're also able to accommodate most special diets. Our mission is to strengthen and inspire individuals with disabilities and those who care for them through recreation, respite, and education. And for this group in particular, I want to emphasize respite, which we believe is so important. Our hope is that our campers feel more confident and grow through their experiences at camp, and that their caregivers have the opportunity to have a break, knowing that their camper is well cared for and that they can return to their caregiving responsibilities refreshed and recharged.
Thank you, Amanda, for sharing Camp with us. I appreciate it. Sounds like a fun place. So just check the chat box for any additional questions out there. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And, you know, as people are just coming in, again, everybody that has signed up for this, you're going to get a copy of today's slides. You're going to get a copy of the recording, all the contact information. So if you're hearing something that's sounding pretty exciting to you and you want to learn more, you want to apply, you want to find out what weeks are still open for the summer, you'll be able to go directly to their website and check that out. All right. So we have Lisa next with Camp Summit. We can't wait to hear about it.
Hi, thanks for having us. I'm Lisa Brazil. I'm the director of camp operations. We are an overnight camp for children and adults of all ages and all disabilities, beginning at age 6 and up. Our oldest camper has been an 87-year-old. And we have one gentleman this summer will be his 69th year to come to camp. Our camp was established in 1947. We maintain a 2-to-1 ratio of campers to staff, and to assist them with any of their needs, to assist them with activities. We also have a medical staff on camp to handle all the medication administration, any of the medical needs that the campers may have. Like I said, we serve all different types of disabilities, both intellectual and physical, as long as we're able to manage them and manage them behaviorally at camp. All of our staff and volunteers undergo the criminal background checks. We do the sex offenders, check the sex offenders registry, as well as the state employee registry. And we do interviews and references. So we're very particular about who we are hiring or having on camp to volunteer. Our activities include swimming, arts and crafts, sports and games, nature, music, science lab, archery, dance. We have a ropes course. We just adapt for the different disabilities that we're working with. Typically, we run 2 weeks in the spring. We do 10 weeks of summer camp. And something that makes us unique is we also offer 8 weeks of fall camp for our adult campers. So, and all of those camps are week long. So they're week long overnight camps. We also do some 1-day things throughout the year, such as family fun days, a parent night out where we're given respite, where the parents can drop off for a couple of hours. Our fee is $18.70, and we offer a sliding scale based on income. And then in addition to that, we also offer additional financial service. So we have some campers that pay as low as $50 to come for a whole week of camp by receiving a campership. And there's an application process online when you go to online registration. We also accept Medicaid waiver programs for payment for out-of-home respite. And a side note, we are working on the ISS, the new ISS license, with the hopes that we can get that and at least take do a little bit of daily fee off of each parent by getting that. We don't have that license yet, but we're working on that. We have open registration for our summer sessions. We are full in many of our sessions. However, we do have some openings, especially in the kids sessions. I would encourage anyone who's registering to go on and register and get on our wait list. We are hoping to add some more spots with our hiring practices, and hopefully, and we also from time to time get cancellations. As far as our fall camps are the registration will be opening in mid-July. Our camp is in Paradise, Texas, which is northwest of Fort Worth. So that, and yeah, that's all about Camp Summit.
All right, Lisa, thank you for being here. It sounds like an awesome place, and exciting that you have some options for financial assistance as well. So thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, we are going to Choice Living Community. So,
hi there. I'm Dr. Scott with Choice Living Community, and we provide a summer program for middle and high school students that do not qualify for extended school year or ESY here in Corpus Christi, Texas. We want to make sure that those students don't regress on their IEP goals and objectives. Our normal program is for 18 and older transition students, those adults living with disabilities who still need to work on vocational life and social skills. So we have kind of a dual program going on. We have a full and a part-time program all year long, and then we have a summer program for middle and high school students that don't qualify for ESY. Our program is $800 a month, but it includes lunch. We are currently working on ISS state licensing so that we can provide services through the waiver program. They can be entering middle school for the upcoming year. That's fine, as long as it's middle and high school students. So that will be fine. We take any diagnosed disability as well. The only thing that our center is not set up to do is physical aggression against others. So if there happen to be restrained daily, then it's probably not a program that we're set up to support. I don't think there's anything else other than what I've told you about our summer or part-time, full-time program, but if y'all have any questions, I'll be happy to ask them or answer them in the chat.
And then also, you have openings for this summer yet?
Yes, ma'am. We have 8 openings right now. We cap it at 12 for staffing purposes. And then we have 15 openings for our full or part-time program.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing. So check out their website, and you can apply online for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have Down Home Ranch. So please share with us about what you've got going on this summer.
Yeah, well, first I want to say there are so many great camp options and so many great camp professionals that are on this call. So with that said, what I would like for all the families to know is that your loved one just doesn't have to go to one camp. On this call, there's 4 other camps that people that come to Down Home Ranch go to, and that variety is really important. So the ranch is 45 minutes east of Austin on 290 going towards Houston. We're on 410 rolling acres in the Post Oak Savannah. Texas is very interesting geographically and where we are. There's lots of rolling hills and valleys and creeks. So real quick, I just want to tell you that DHR actually started with camp in 95, and our residential program started in 2000. So currently we actually serve 50 people in long-term residential, and we serve people in the Medicaid programs, HCS and ICF. And then we also have private pay programs that allow for people to live independently in tiny homes, of course, with staff support when needed. And really it started from the question that parents had of what happens to my child when I pass away. And this was Judy and Jerry's Horton's answer to that. So camp, we're ACA accredited. This allows for people to use the waiver dollars that were talked about earlier. We've supported people from waiver dollars from MDCP, HCS, Texas Home Living. Also, we've contracted with many of the local IDD authorities to accept GR funding. So we do offer camperships. We partner with organizations, and also there's individual donors that give specifically for camperships. That's what we call them. You can click there, type that in, and it'll give you some information about camperships. We have many campers that come to multiple weeks. We serve 30 people for 8 weeks in the summer last year. This year, we're going to have some different offerings, which I'll tell you about. There was also some questions about background screenings. Since we're a residential program, all the background screenings that the participant put on there with the OIG and the others, we onboard our camp staff the same way we do our residential staff. So in addition to that, they have CPR, first aid. There's specific trainings that they have to have as being part of our ACA accreditation, our residential program, and then we actually do disability specific training. So all that's taken care of. Now, there was a question, about people with significant medical needs. We're probably not the best option for youth and adults with significant medical needs. However, we are always open and want to have families and their loved ones out to see the ranch, look at it. We can talk about it, and we can have that open conversation if it's the best place or not. There's sometimes that families will say, no, I don't, based on the information, I'm not interested. But whenever we have that conversation, it's very helpful. So our camp is $960. We also do weekend camps. We do accept the funding. We're also going to be offering day camps coming up soon, focused on some vocational training. We serve people 13 to 17, 18 plus. So we have 1 week of youth and then 7 weeks in the summer for adults. Our typical age is 35 to 40. The oldest person that we served last year was 78. It's a really big range. Just talk real quickly too about our demographics. With our summer camps, we're looking at about 50-50 male and female. Last year, we served about a third of the people that we served were people of color who identified as people of color. And that's one of the things that we're really focused on this year is we want for people of color to have access to camp. So any families who are on this call, if you're a person of color and you're interested in having Down Home Ranch come and talk to your groups that you're a part of or churches, feel free to let me know. We'd love to do that. So some of the other things that we do are going to be fishing, kayaking, swimming, all of the lovely things that you guys heard everyone else talking about. And kind of that last thing is we would absolutely love to host anybody who's interested to come out for a tour. You can give a call and we can set it up. You can do a self-guided tour. We also have plant sales because we have 13 greenhouses. We have one coming up this weekend. You're more than welcome to come to that and tour around. We also have some big events. The next one is our Dash and Splash, which is the first Saturday in June. And it's a fun run and a pool party, tons and tons of fun. We would just love to have you out.
Thank you, Barry, for being awesome. Sounds like you got a lot of fun stuff going on, so definitely check this out. If you guys have any additional questions for Barry on Down Home Ranch and their camps, please just put those in the chat box and he's going to be monitoring that. Okay, so now we are to Elijah's retreat. Talk to us about Elijah's retreat.
Well, hello. We are super glad you guys are here. I wanted to introduce you guys. Oh, is my audio working? Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Perfect.
we hear you. Okay. Yes.
Sorry.
Now we see your screen too.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So here is Mary and some of our horses out here at Elijah's Retreat. They wanted to say hello to you guys. So I'm going to give you kind of a walking tour, but Elijah's Retreat is a retreat center for families facing autism. So we do specialize with autism specific, but we're unique in that we customize for the whole family to be able to come out here and stay with us. It's a 50-acre dude ranch, which you can see is, quiet and peaceful out here. We've got all kinds of animals between horses. We've got our pigs up here that you're going to get to meet in a second, and Nigerian dwarf goats and cows and chickens and bunnies. And we have 4 cabins here on the 50-acre retreat center that's here located in East Texas. So we're south of Tyler, Texas. Here's one of our pigs, Charlotte. And all of our animals assume everybody is going to bring them food and is very friendly. You can go in with our Nigerian dwarf goats and hold them and snuggle with them. We breed them out here so you get to meet the baby goats in the springtime and summer. But it's all 50 acres. We've got 4 cabins. Currently, we're in the process of opening for 2023. And then we go until November, and we close with our big fall festival out here in November, which is great. And we allow it for families with disabilities to be able to come out as much as we can with all of that, especially for autism. But we, with the 4 cabins, they're 2-bedroom cabins with a full washer and dryer, with your own full kitchen, with all of your appliances and everything. And you get your own bonfire pit, your own outdoor grill. The cabins have a queen size bed, and then the kids' room has 4 twin size beds and bunk beds. And here's our goats all coming to say hello to us. And we are, the cabins only charge, we only charge $55 a night for the whole family to be able to come out here and stay at Elijah's Retreat. And we, this year, are very fortunate to be able to say we do have a large angel fund, but we also have a funder who is trying to be able to pay in full for all of the families that come out here so that there's no additional cost for any of the families. We do book up really fast, just FYI. We open our calendar every January for that upcoming year. And we so if you go onto our website to book, those are the live reservations that are still available. And we also have a cancellation list where you can get on a Remind app, and you'll be notified of whenever there is a cancellation that opens up, and you can grab the reservation live. We also have a fenced-in playground here that has restaurant down there and a music room with a piano, big sand pits, zip lines. We also have a barrel train, which is a little riding lawnmower with barrels behind it that the parents get to drive all around the whole property if they want to. And I'll take you guys around here over towards one of the cabins. But like I said, again, we are open from March 1st to mid-November. And we last year had 274 families come out to Elijah's Retreat. And this year, with the addition of the extra cabin, we hope to be able to accommodate 300 to 320 families. But our cows live out here, and I'll show you guys one of the cabins here that we just recently built. And then we also have 3 miles of hiking trails, a fishing pond, not this little pond, but like a bigger pond that has a feeding dock. You can fish, or you can, just feed the fish and see all the turtles. And you can also do great stargazing out here in East Texas. We loved it. We have a small little telescope we can pull out and teach about the stars. But in the morning, there's only 2 real main activities that we lead. In the morning, we pick all the 4 families up with the hayride, and we go around and we feed all of the animals and teach you about all of them. And all of them you get to hand feed if you want to. And then after that, we do horseback riding. And with that, we will teach you guys kind of what equine therapy is, how that may or may not be useful to your kids. And then the siblings get to ride. And then the parents get to ride if you all want to, and play all the same fun games together. So everything we do is as a whole family. And so that way you get to meet other families who are walking the same walk, and other siblings and other kids that maybe have similar interests to you. They're here at Elijah's Retreat. So there's one of the cabins.
Thank you so much for being with us today. I'm going to have to move to Jennifer Scott. I apologize. I do want you guys to put the questions in the chat box for Cheryl for Elijah's retreat. She's going to check those. Jennifer's got to step away, and so I am going to move forward, and I'm going to go backwards. Help me out, Jennifer. Are you still here? Maybe she is not. Okay. All right. Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing Elijah's retreat with us. It is awesome. And thank you for doing the walking tour. That kind of gives us an example of what's going on out there. Let me see if let me just check this really quick. All right. So there are some questions in the chat box for you as well. All right. So we are going to move on in order to Hopewell Classical Day School and Camp. So please share with us about your camp. So we may have lost Sella. Let me see if we've got Sella or if she's on mute. Bear with me. I'm not seeing her right now. So chime in if you're out there, or unmute yourself to kind of share with us a little bit more about this. But Hopewell Classical Day School and Camp, it's in College Station. There is financial aid available with an application. It's a day camp from 8 to 5. It's $75 a day. There is an overnight camp option for one camper with one guardian, which is $200 a day. So you can have a day camp or an overnight camp. They serve ages from 3 to 25. Sibling campers are also welcome from ages 3 to 15. There are camp internships for campers and siblings. And I just want to mention that for a second. I know some of the other places mentioned that they really use interns and volunteers, and, you know, your high school students getting their volunteer hours and stuff. It is truly a blessing for your student to get to have this experience. It's like nothing else. My kids did it, and it was really a great experience. So if you have other kids that are too big and too cool to go to camp anymore, get them volunteering. These camps out here do need your volunteers, so do check that out. So as far as diagnosis, no formal diagnosis needed, but pediatrician letter of referral needed for all campers with any unique or dynamic needs. So that is the Hopewell Classical Day School and Camp there. And then we have Marbridge Foundation. We're excited to hear from Jenna about Marbridge. Thanks for joining us, Jenna. Jenna, tell us all about what you guys have got going on.
Of course. Thank you so much. Marbridge is actually a residential community in Southwest Austin. And so we originally designed our summer camp to give an opportunity for interested families to find out what it's like to be a resident at Marbridge, what a day in the life, or a week in the life in this case. But it's also a great time for individuals who are interested in transitioning to more independence, an opportunity for them. So we'll take as young as 16 at camp. We are actually, if you look at our website, we're in Manchac, Texas, which is just a suburb in Southwest Austin. Don't let that fool you. Marbridge does 6 weeks of summer camp. I chose this picture for the slide because we actually have a little separate camp house on the property, but that is, in that house sleeps 10. So I can only take 10 campers per section. During that week, they come in on a Sunday, they leave on a Friday. Those campers get to do the things that the Marbridge residents do. They eat their meals in the residential dining halls. They take training and education classes. Last year, we did sports games classes, art therapy classes, equine therapy classes, cooking class, fishing. They did collage art. They did soundtracks. They do mixers with the Marbridge residents to kind of get a feel for the population. We do scavenger hunt to learn the campus well. So it really is just kind of acclimating, to what it's like to be a resident at Marbridge. We charge $900 for the week. It's not an ACA accredited camp. I mean, we're residential, so we have 2 type A assisted living licenses and a skilled nursing license on the campus. So just like Barry said, our staff are all vetted through the Texas Health and Human Services requirements for background checks and all that. The Marbridge nursing camp qualifications, I mean, it has a 1 to 10 ratio. Then there are times when we have 1 counselor accessible to 10 campers. So I tell families that apply, like, think about, would your kid be successful and safe if there were 10 of him and 1? That's how you can figure out whether that's a good fit for us. We're not set up, we're set up for prompting and remindings for ADLs. We're not doing a ton of hands-on care with assistance with daily living activities. That's what I meant by ADLs. Sorry, bathing, dressing, feeding, that kind of thing. We do have limitations as far as aggression, threatening behaviors. That's not a great fit for us. And extensive behavior plans. And it's a pretty wide open campus as well, about 200 acres for the whole campus. So an elopement risk would probably not be a great fit for us either. But I did put the link to the camp page on there and our contact information. So it's very detailed and it really breaks down exactly what our camp is all about. So, and we will, our first week of camp starts June 12th. So we do 3 weeks in June and then 3 weeks in July.
Jenna, I know that I have toured the Marbridge campus before, and it's just an awesome day. So if you haven't done that, I do recommend that, just to get out there and see what they're doing out there. Not just the camps are awesome, but just see what else is going on out there, because you'll be glad you did. I know that I was. Even driving from Houston to check you guys out. It's a long drive, but it was totally worth it. And I was really glad I got to see everything that you guys have going on. It's a lot.
We're touring Monday through Friday if you just want a campus tour. And if you're interested in camp, we can also step out to the camp house as well. But campers, families, actually, we offer a 10 a.m. Friday tour right before pickup. So that's also an option to tour campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. Thank you so much for sharing this opportunity with us. Okay, and we have Micah Speaks Camp. Jessica, talk to us about Micah Speaks Kid Camp.
Hello. I founded Micah Speaks Kid Camp like right during the pandemic in April of 2020. So I started it here in Louisiana, and we are expanding to the Dallas-Fort Worth area this year. We are doing it at the George W. Hawks Library in the downtown library in Arlington. The cost of camp is $500 a month. So $500 for June, $500 for July, and that is it. It is a day camp, so it will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day. The kids are from 5 to 11, and they will go Monday and Wednesday. And then the teens will go every Tuesday and Thursday, and they are ages 12 to 17. We do accept any diagnosis as long as your child is potty trained. And as long as your child does not have aggressive meltdowns where they are in danger of hurting others or themselves, they are accepted into the program. We do fun field trips. We do sensory-friendly field trips at that. We have one coming up at Stadium, which is going to be great for all of the kids and the teens that do want to come out. We will also have a sneaker ball, which will be like a formal prom-like event for the children and the teenagers to come out and enjoy just a fun activity and socialize. We do work as a group. So as you can see in the picture, the kids are getting some music therapy. And we have Miss Vanessa Lomas. She does the music therapy for Micah Speaks Kid Camp. And they all get an instrument. They're all able to use their hands and figure out how the instrument works. And we teach them how it works. The children also and the teens will also be getting speech therapy and occupational therapy throughout the summer. This will definitely help them with their lifelong skills. There are no sponsorships just yet, but we are working on getting some sponsorships available for those that cannot afford the $500 a month. It's a really great program. We are assisting the children and the teenagers just with ending regression during the summer. For the teens, which is our newest thing that we're doing this year, we have a teen sector. For the teens, we are going to get them job ready, like workforce ready. So whenever they are interested in maybe going to college, we'll help them with the job with their college applications. If they're interested in just getting a job, we will help them with that as well. We will help to guide them to places that do hire people with special needs and to get their foot into the door. I think that's it for Micah Speaks Kid Camp.
So Jessica, so you said that so you're in Louisiana now, but you are going to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. You mentioned the library where you are going to be hosting this. That will be happening in Texas this summer, in fact.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, well, congratulations on your expansion. That sounds exciting on what you guys have going on, and just check out the chat box if there's anything out there or any additional questions for you. Guys, that brings us to the end of our day today. Everybody was so awesome. I'm so excited to have all of our presenters here today. What a great way to learn about the various camps. And of course, you know, there's not enough time in an hour to have all the camps out there that serve special needs, but I think that we have gotten a really good flavor for some of the things that are out there. And I think the thing is plan early. You know, we just kind of turned over March 1st, and usually that camp season, these people start thinking about this in February, right? Plan early, plan those weeks, get those weeks scheduled, get those applications in, reach out to our presenters today to learn more if you think it might be a good fit for your child. I mentioned earlier Consolidated Planning Group's YouTube channel. All of our past webinars live on the YouTube channel. Today's webinar is going to live there too. We also are going to be sending out an email later today with a copy of today's slides. So everybody's going to get a copy of the slides and the links, and also a link to the recording as well. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that. We always offer free personalized consultations as it relates to planning for special needs. If you've attended other webinars and you've got questions that maybe you didn't want to ask in the chat box, or you want to go deeper, certainly reach out to us. We're happy to help any way that we can. So thank you again to all of our presenters today, and thank you to all of our participants that signed up to learn about this. And happy connecting. We look forward to you guys connecting and new campers on your campuses. So thanks, everyone. Take care and have a great afternoon.